Now we have something that's more anime. COCOball. Interesting. Look at that. It's so full of textures, effects. Definitely my thing. And I like seeing this, especially if it's like anime, because oftentimes when you look at anime art, it's often like clean, right? Like super sharp lines, clean lines. But stuff like these where it's more chaotic, more rougher looking, more rough looking, it fuels me. And yeah, it's like a layering of all sorts of different effects, which I do enjoy. Look at that. I see a rake brush, a couple of rake brushes. There's a bit of line art, but it's kind of loose as well. Like it's an overlapping of different textures, techniques, brush strokes. It looks so freaking varied. And because of that, it just looks very rich. And I do notice they have like a watercolor vibe going, because some of their strokes have like an edge to them, which does make you think of watercolor, right? I mean, look at that, zooming in, it's such a joy to watch. I mean, even the eyes are so like seductive. Oh, come on. So pretty. You know what? Maybe I could recommend Ari, A-H-R-I-I-I, or A-H-R-I-I. They kind of have the same vibe. Oh, I think for COCOball, they like to include more lines. I feel like they're more painter than drawer, just by how, like, you can tell they're enjoying adding those brush strokes. Oh, wow. Baka. I like those eyes. Very typical where the eyes are like super rendered. So cool. The belly. Pretty hot too. The tummy. Right? Lots of like different effects. Very impressionistic. You know, I should do more of these where it's just where I focus more on the brush strokes. Because I do like painting more. So why not everything I do has to be like a study, you know? It could be more like this. Just having some fun. And you can just like let it all out, right? And it's hard to plan stuff like these. You sort of have to just follow your intuition. Look at that. Again, the watercolor edge, multiple hues being layered on top of one another, that abstract kind of vibe. Very watercolor-esque, very painterly, chaotic, but in a beautiful way. Oh, we can zoom. Oh, look at that. The watercolor or paper texture looks really good. It just looks so rich. It's like a painting within the painting. That's a vibe I'm getting. And of course, like an anime girl playing a violin. Very classic. Nice bubbles. Right? It's so painterly. I do like it. But it's always a tricky thing, especially if it's like an anime, for example, the face. It's gonna be usually stylized, obviously. So how you paint it, what I've noticed is they can often simplify, or they'll make the body a lot more like sculpted, a lot more like anatomically close. But for the face, they kind of have to be a little more careful because for example, I think they're doing a good job with this, where they're kind of bending the rules a bit because the proportions are obviously different. So painting them while still maintaining, like, take away the painting, the colors. If this were all just line art, it would still work. So to be able to make this into a painting while having the same proportions, I think that's a win. So essentially, they're breaking the face into two parts. Halfway, one side in shadow, one side in light. And essentially, this part from nose to the chin, it's like one line that's being like pulled towards the face or away from the face. And that's the kind of shape you want to see. It's almost like you have one plane here and another plane there. When it comes to these types of things, you have to sort of, again, be intuitive. What looks good, what feels good. Don't try to be too logical with these kinds of drawings or paintings. Oh, it's Reze. Look at her. Such a cool shot. In their own style as well, very painterly. I bet that scene looks really good in the movie. Can't wait. And yeah, they do pump. It's not just the textures, but it's the colors too. Like they pump up or add so many different kinds of hues. And that adds to the richness. Textures, hues, effects, because some strokes have like a watercolor edge to it. So that adds to the overall look as well. A lot of this just, oh wow, feels so intuitive. Again, it's hard to plan for these types of things. You just have to follow your heart in a way. Well, it's not always about following your heart, but it's about following where the painting wants to go. Which sounds weird to say, but sometimes if you're just in the process of doing something, you sort of know You may not know the full set of steps you have to do, but you just know what the next step is. You just sort of have to follow your gut when that happens. And you need to be brave when you do make that next stroke, next step. And just keep doing that until you get something like this, right? You know, a lot of art is also like just hoping in a way. Yes, skill matters, but there's sort of a wishing, a hoping that what you make will eventually turn out well. And you hope while you're doing the thing or doing art, you sort of have to just have a bit of faith. Even it doesn't matter how skilled you are. I think you're always gonna have to be in a position where you just don't know how it's gonna turn out, but the only thing you can really do is just show up and just add one stroke after another and see where it goes. Pretty freaking cool! Watercolor edge again. Look at that. It's like, oh, beautiful. But notice how, yeah, the clothing, it's like it has way more like strokes, but notice for the skin, they're a bit more, the contrast is way less. Yes, multiple strokes are there, but the contrast it's not as like jarring as everything outside the skin. If you combine like, or if you think of the skin and everything else, it's like a nice opposite thing. Less contrast in the body or skin or face, and then more contrast everywhere else, so it kind of balances it out. Without the skin, it's gonna be too much. Very cool. More of a portrait shot. I like how the eyes are drawn or painted too. Like a card, like a Joker card. Look at that. Oh, it's so big too. My god. Now, if you're the chaotic kind of painter, I'm guessing you're enjoying this artist, where you just sort of trust the process. Very cute. But you kind of notice how, yeah, it's kind of chaotic or kind of crazy or just energetic with the strokes. The face is often kept kind of clean, right? The eyes, like it's always, it's not as vague. You have to have something that's more accurate or just defined, and oftentimes for their kind of work or for the kind of work they do, oftentimes the face is going to be way cleaner, less contrast, not many strokes in the face or the skin, and the eyes are always like just big and defined. I feel like I've seen this character before. It's like from a game maybe. I mean, look at those strokes, lots of different values. When you zoom out, you can kind of, it belongs to like one family, so it kind of, you need one thing to sort of connect everything. So in this case, it's all purple or like violet, but different saturation levels. Same thing here. It's basically green or blue-green, but different saturation levels. Or you're just picking colors close to the main like local color. And if you, oh wow, nice abs. If you add enough of those, it's gonna make your work a lot. Oh, I guess their base texture is like this paper watercolor texture thing, and then they paint on top of that. Oh wow, pretty cool. Nice. Pubsec, pretty cool. And it looks fun. Like I like artworks, sketches, paintings where if you just look at it, you can tell like they enjoyed it. And it's hard to see that if the work is too polished or polished. They probably enjoyed it too, but because you can't see the brush strokes, you can't follow the strokes. So it's just harder to interpret the fun. But they probably did. Unless they show like a time lapse, maybe you can tell. But for stuff like these, it's so obvious that they're having fun. Look at this. Damn, their images are so big. And I'm noticing I keep scrolling down, which means this person, this artist has so much work done. And where am I? Oh, Jesus. And I'm having trouble with live streams or producing videos. I mean, I have to do as much work as these people. It's not always the style of the person, it's the amount of work they've done. To me, sometimes that's another thing that I appreciate. It's not just the style, the artwork, the look. It's the dedication to the craft. And you can see that devotion when you see lots and lots and lots of images, pages done online in like a feed form like this, where you can just keep scrolling and scrolling, like it never ends. Like, fuck. Sure, I can see it as, oh, I'm behind, or I can see it as, oh, I need to catch the fuck up. I need to do my own thing. That's why I like following artists who just keep posting art. Like they're crazy, because it fuels me as well. Look at the, come on, back up. Oh, I think this is the girl from... Oh, wait, let me just see this. Kinda hot. Interesting. Now for the leggings here, it's way smoother. You can still see the base texture, that paper texture, but they use a bunch of soft brushes to make it more like a stocking texture wise. It's the maid chick from that game, Zen Zen. Oh wow, look at it. It's so, even the text. Oh, that's so fucking cool. So energetic. Do you see that? Oh, it's so sexy even when you zoom in. My god. Everything is perfect. Oh, it's I thought it was like the horse like show. She kind of looks like Zero too from the Darling in the Franxx. The pink hair, the horns. I don't know. Kind of reminded me of her. Yeah, definitely a lot more to see, but I think I'm gonna stop the review here. Wow, they have so much work done. Like, oh my fucking god.